Imagine instead of fielding Nwebali, we decided to field a goalkeeper from the 80s because it is his turn. Aisha Yesufu reveals. Abi, so imagine we did not have Nwebali, a young boy, as a goalkeeper. Okay, that will decide to choose an old man that is already 80 and above in his age, 80 years of age, to be the goalkeeper. What would have happened? Nigeria would have scored not less than 250 million goals, and every Nigerian will have one goal to himself. Or South Africa could have scored over 250 million goals against Nigeria, and every Nigerian will have his own goal, okay, to mourn at home. So I can understand where Aisha Yesufu is coming from here, okay. So rather than fielding a young person to run Nigeria as a leader, we are fielding old man that's already tired and not capable of taking Nigerian pressure as a leader because it's his turn. So the opposite of what happened in South Africa match is what is going to happen in Nigeria, because what the person will have as a goalkeeper or as a captain of Nigerian government is an old man that is already over 80 years of age, if he's to be honest with himself. And what do you get? Failure. Aisha Yesufu, an activist, has urged Nigerians to utilize football sense during the upcoming election. Aisha posted a video or posed a question to Nigerians, asking them to imagine if they had chosen a former 80 years old goalkeeper instead of Stanley Nwebali for the AFCON competition. Nigerians have been urged by activist Aisha Yesufu to see football sense to use football sense during the election. So in an online post, Aisha questioned Nigerians to imagine what would have happened if instead of fielding a Super Eagles goalkeeper Stanley Nwebali during the AFCON competition, Nigeria decided to field a goalkeeper from the 80s because it was his turn. Of course, Nigeria wouldn't have won the match. So imagine instead of fielding a Stanley Nwebali, we decided to field a goalkeeper from the 80s because it's his turn. Okay? Make with the use football sense during election. Religious and tribal sentiments don't give you positive results. Exactly. I think what Aisha is trying to do here is to bring people attention to the fact that at certain age, there are certain things you cannot do again. And certain positions or certain responsibilities require certain age to be properly to be properly managed for those roles to properly discharge their duties effectively. Okay, so that is the issue here. Assuming Nigeria decided to pick a goalkeeper that played ball in the 80s and probably would have been up to 80 years of age by now. Okay, you go and use that same person to come and be goalkeeper this time around in this present day Super Eagles. What would have happened? We would have had over 2 million goals from South Africa, and every Nigerian will have one goal to himself and an extra for his family. Now, Aisha, it's good that she came up with that kind of idea to tell people that they need to have sense when it comes to election period. Use the same sense that we used in choosing our team members, coaching them, and seeing them through, supporting them through. Let's use the same sense in choosing our leaders in 2027, the upcoming election. And that's a good idea. That's a nice idea, frankly speaking. Okay. And there are reactions here to what Aisha Yesufu said. So see, this woman is always on point. Happy? Fire. This woman is always on point. Another person is responding to that comment, says, there is no any iota of sense in all the things she's saying. One thing I noticed about her is that she wants to remain relevant, because I don't know what football want to do with the politics. Football is for young boys and girls, while politics is mature people. Who told you? As long as you're 18, you can participate in politics. This guy has given up already. So I can see the kind of life he's living. Who told you that you're making this comment? You're not qualified to be a Nigerian president. You want to leave it for old people who are very close to their grave. And that is why you continue to suffer. Some say it is the turn of the Yoruba, so let them keep enjoying their turn. I hope you see the way they are now enjoying, like an ant in the midst of sugar. They run around and even play with the sugar, bait with the sugar. Madam, God bless you. The greatest problem, in fact, evil in this country is our politicians. From east, west, north, east, west, and north, they are the clog on the nation that has refused this country to move forward. And unfortunately, out of hunger and frustration, some Nigerians used to follow them. Today, there is hunger and frustration all over the country. East, west, and the north, only the politicians and their immediate families, just about 10 to 15% of the population. So, God bless this nation. Our problem is the politicians. We know. Election is over, madam. Your question makes no sense. Somebody will come out where everybody has his own opinion, so that is your own opinion. That is it. Another person is saying, well, that analysis is on point. Absolutely on point. Someone say, go remove them now. Can you imagine? So go remove Tinubu now. They play there. Okay. Some say, madam, the youth that were given the opportunity to operate in this current government, what were they doing? E.g., Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and so on. They are even worse than the old fools than the old fools. So the only solution to Nigerian problem is restructuring or breakup. It will get there. That is truth. Very reasonable talk. Just imagine what Nigerian has now become old cargoes. Real old cargoes. Real old cargoes. Okay. And then someone is saying very reasonable talk. Okay. And very reasonable talk. You are resemblance to which Aisha Yesufu exactly how they are. Oh, wow. God bless Aisha. You are always on point. As somebody saying. Appreciating Aisha for saying, making that comment. Do Nigerians ever learn? Besides, they forget easily, always trusting God to do what God said they should do for themselves. So if elections were to be held today, believe it, some folks would still vote is my turn. Because of tribal and religious bigotry, their mumu can never do. That is what you know. Their mumu can never finish. When we say mumu don't do, now those people that mumu not they do, they will continue to mumu they go. So thank you for listening. Let's have your comment. That is the statement of Aisha Yesufu around the match that Nigeria won with the goalkeeper. They did a fantastic job. So let's have your comments and thank you for listening.